You are listening to Lone Star Community Radio on 104.5 KCZW LP Conroe and 106.1 KZCC LP Conroe and worldwide on irlonestar.com.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Dr. Carlos Sanchez. This is the Hispanic Chamber Connection Radio Show. Welcome, and happy Thanksgiving. Hope you guys had a great holiday. And we're here broadcasting from the beautiful city of Conroe. What a gorgeous day. I hope you guys are enjoying yourselves. And as always, we have a great show prepared for you. Where in this program, we feature members of the Texas Gulf Coast Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. And today, we will be featuring one of our most esteemed members, someone who a lot of folks I know talk to almost every day, and she takes care of them. They run a wonderful business. They are the Amel Agency. This is Celeste Gomez. Celeste, thank you for being on the program.
Thank you for inviting me.
All right. Well, every so often we want to be sure that we bring someone like you who has all this knowledge and has all this capability and just shares it with our members, because I know that a lot of them sometimes don't get a chance to even talk to you. There's so many of us now. There's 500 plus members.
Yeah.
And anyway, Celeste Gomez is I guess they call you a producer. Is that what they call you?
Yeah, an agent, producer.
Well, okay. So I guess I didn't know that. Last week we had Rocio Barajas and her, I guess her companion or her producer, Yadira.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know that that's like a term. It's something. Yeah. It's something the insurance the insurance industry uses as this is the person that sells the policies.
Right, yeah, because you have a producer and then you might have a customer service rep. And so CSR, they're not necessarily licensed, some of them, and producers usually are.
But you guys are licensed, right?
Yes, I am a licensed agent, yes.
And you're CSR?
So, right, she was my CSR, now she's actually a licensed agent as well.
Are you talking about Carla?
Carla Lopez, yes.
We hope that she's listening. If she's listening, Carla, you can text me your questions. Or anyone can text me your questions at 469-879-7398. We can ask Celeste right here on the air and live your different questions. Before we begin asking all kinds of questions, though, I want to be sure that we cover a few things. Tonight, we have our premier event. It is Latinas Without Borders. Latinas Without Borders is a women's success group where, have you ever gone? You've been to a few, but before, no?
I haven't gone to it.
Ever?
No.
Okay. So this is a learning moment for those of you listening. Well, the reason Celeste doesn't really go to that meeting in particular is because the Amel Agency and their owner, Sabrina Amel, runs Latinas Without Borders. So she's actually in charge of the group itself. So sometimes we just get too many peeps from the same office, and I think that's one of the reasons why, not everybody shows up. Because I know that a few other people from your office do show up.
Yeah, well, Sabrina always encourages all of us to go, all the women in the agency. For me, particularly, the main reason is the kids. I have 4 children. And so after work, I'm picking one of them up from daycare, the other one's from after school. So I can't make it. That's the only reason.
And that's the learning moment, ladies and gentlemen. In our culture, in our way of life as Hispanic folks, we have an average of 3.5 kids versus 1.5 kids that the average white man has. So we procreate. We're about babies and about family. So anyway, tonight is Latinas Without Borders. It's a women's success group. It's a learning group. We're going to have about 40 members that'll be there tonight. It's going to be at Macaroni Grill here in the Woodlands Mall. And like I said, Sabrina Amel runs the meeting. We have someone from the women's shelter that's going to be presenting.
Going to be the speaker today, yes.
And talking about domestic abuse and how to avoid it, how to prevent it, what to do if it happens, things like that. So it's a great program. If you are not already registered or if you would like to attend, just show up. Show up tonight at Romano's Macaroni Grill here in the Woodlands Mall. It's 5:30 p.m. And we'd love to have you. We'd love to see you. And there you go. So that's tonight. Tomorrow is Wednesday. And tomorrow we have a meeting in Katy. So we have our monthly luncheon in Katy. And it's going to be at Abuelos. So we're going back to Abuelos. We left Abuelos to go to Cape Cod Cafe.
Mm-hmm, right.
And when Chef David left Cape Cod Cafe, or at least Katy Cape Cod, we pretty much went somewhere else. We ended up going to Spring Creek Barbecue in Katy, but it seems like we have so many health fanatics in Katy. Just a lot of people that do physical fitness and weight loss and CBD, and they're all worried about the carcinogens that barbecue has, and so they don't like going to Spring Creek Barbecue.
Yeah.
They prefer the chimichangas and burritos from Abuelos.
Yeah.
So we're at Abuelos tomorrow. That's backed by popular demand, and so if you would like to attend that, again, you don't have to register necessarily. You can just show up. We're there at 11:30 a.m. It's going to be there's obviously there's going to be networking and things like that. So you've gone to that one before.
I have. Yeah, it's a great venue.
Now you've gone with a couple of your peeps. You've taken some people from your office there.
Yes. Well, Sabrina and Leonard have both gone to Katie, and I don't think Carla has gone yet, but she will.
Well, at some point, I'm sure you're going to invite Carla, because Carla, I guess she's not listening, because if she were, she'd be texting. Although I think I do have a text from someone. I just don't. Let me see. No, it's not. I mean, it is, but it isn't. It's just somebody telling me about some things that are going on tonight. All right. So tonight we have Latinas. Tomorrow we have lunch in Katy. On Thursday, we are going to have another radio appearance, but this one is in Spanish, and it's in downtown Houston, or near the Bel Air area of Houston. It's at 9:20 a.m. And the person that we're going to interview tomorrow, her name is Chef Angelica Noyola. You've heard of her? Do you know who she is?
I've met her, yes. Mm-hmm.
She's actually Small Business of the Year for the Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. Oh. So I saw her at the gala that we went to, and she bought a table for our gala for Saturday, and she's going to be, so she's very supportive of Chambers of Commerce. She knows where she gets her business from. That was pretty loud. Anyway, I'm kidding. It's no big deal. So we have Angelica Noyola on Thursday, and she owns a business called Snapper Jack's Catering. She joined our chamber about 6 months ago. I'm not sure if you remember another lady named Marta Flores.
Yes, I do.
So Marta Flores brought her. And so anyway, Martita and Angelica, I don't think Marta can come to our gala. She's got so many other things that she's doing. But I know Angelica is bringing another 7 of her peeps to that evening. So it's going to be interesting.
It'll be a great time, yeah.
Well, right now, the way the gala stands, the biggest thing about the gala, that we left the best for last. That's on Saturday. We have about 175 tickets sold. So it's 95%. I mean, it's going to sell out. There's no question. Mm-hmm. And all the people that have purchased tickets, because we haven't given any away, right? So there's no complimentary here, let's fill the room type thing. Everybody that's there wants to be there, and they've all paid to be there. So what that tells me is that the most supportive people of our chamber are going to the gala, and it's there's going to be dancing, there's going to be buffet, wine,
awards,
of course, recognition, awards, and some of these awards already leaked out. I don't know if you've seen it on Facebook.
I saw it.
So
yes.
There were several leaks. So some of the people that are getting an award, they already know, so I can say who they are. Mm-hmm. Our Small Business of the Year for this 2018 is La Cocina de Roberto. Mm-hmm. I think it's very well deserved.
Yes.
Because not only does he really take care of us whenever we go there, he is actually the textbook definition of entrepreneur. Mm-hmm. That they got in there with that restaurant, they opened it from scratch. Mm-hmm. They had investors, and they believed in themselves, and right now they're thriving. They've got like 20 employees. It's a big thing now.
Yeah, the food is delicious.
And that's the biggest thing. The food and service are wonderful. Everybody wants to do business with them. And it's so weird that nobody does. Mm-hmm. Like everybody wants to sign their policies. And I asked Roberto, who's your lawyer? Oh, I don't have one. Okay, so who's your HR person? Oh, So I don't know if I know that they don't have certain consultants that they should have with them.
Yeah.
But they're doing a great job of what they're doing. So as far as I can see, they are one of the most honest and one of the best models of excellence, right? So that's the Small Business of the Year. Our Entrepreneur of the Year is another one that I think is pretty awesome, because when he showed up, he used to show up with these giant windows, like, oh, look at me, and now he has a little one, the glass guru of spring, that's Manuel Landa, and same thing with Manuel, when he joined, the first thing he did was he brought his daughter and then his wife, and they all joined, everyone independently, So I think he really gets the idea of Chambers of Commerce, And, well, great guy too, great guy, and I know that he's taking care of a lot of our members and their windows and things like that. So he's really well. I think those are the only two that we've leaked, right? Do you remember any more?
I think those are the only two that I saw.
Okay, so let's just go with that for now. Of course, Miguel Magallon, but a lot of people don't know Miguel. We know him more from Katie and from Galleria. And the big reason why Miguel is winning this award, and I'm going to announce it for sure at the gala, it's really perseverance. Because with Miguel, he sells life insurance, and it's a very, very difficult sell. I mean, you just can't walk into a thing like a networking thing and expect to sell a life insurance policy. That just doesn't work that way. Yet when he started, he thought he was supposed to do that. And we would give him a hard time. And I know I would give him a hard time to come on, Miguel, stop doing this, whatever. And he listened to everything we were telling him. And right now, he's very well respected. He's getting business, and he's doing a great job,
Yeah.
So to me, it's that he didn't quit. And that's major in his industry.
Right.
Because everybody quits, if you get discouraged enough times, you'll stop doing it.
Yeah.
He never did, So
Yeah, he shows up too.
he shows up.
Yeah,
He's
never
always
mind.
smiling. So he's got a great mind for what he's doing.
Right.
So also something that people don't know. I almost forgot to say. I'm looking at it right here. So maybe we can put it on TV. See? Okay. So we're featuring people who have written books. That's one of the biggest things about our Chamber of Commerce, that we want to focus on education and focus on development of people who are leaders and stuff like that. So your boss wrote a book.
Yes, Sabrina wrote a book on leadership.
And have you read it?
I have, no.
Do you know
Not
the
out
name?
yet, but I'm waiting for it. No, I don't know the name of it either. But as soon as it comes out, I will read it. But I know she's put in a lot of work into that book, and so she's very proud of it.
Yeah. It's called
yeah.
The Making of a Leader. The Making of a Leader. It's just 7 essential traits of effective leaders, right? So she's describing what it takes to be a good leader.
Yeah.
And she should know because, we talk about it sometimes of how profoundly impactful she's been to our chamber because of her skill with people and because of her willingness to actually help out. It's hard to find people who want to take time to help you.
Yeah, to help and still be running a business as
Right.
well.
Well, and to volunteer. And she has 5 babies, and she's got and Leo, yeah. So got a whole thing going on, and yet she's still very devoted to the chamber. So we can't give her an award because it would be way too much, But we're going to give her a lot of recognition with her book and things like that. Another person that's written a book is also Andy King. You know Andy.
Yes, Andy.
And he wrote a book called "Don't Sell Shoes Out of the Back of a VW Bus." He has a whole story behind that. 'Cause I think he did sell shoes. I don't know if you've heard of the story.
Yeah, he mentioned it at the sales training meeting.
Yeah, we did sales training a few months back, and he talked about that. So he wrote that book, and it's about marketing. So it's 3 essential marketing strategies that will help you sustain a business. So it's more of a business book. So leadership for Sabrina, marketing for Andy, and the third featured author is Keita Paget. Finally, 2 years later. So Keita wrote a book in about 1 year, and then Harvey came and wiped it all out. And so she changed a whole bunch of things. She lost everything. She basically lost her home, but she saved her laptop, and in her laptop was her book. Amazing. So she started writing it all over again. So ever since Harvey hit, which was about a year ago, okay, she started rewriting it. And she just finished it in the past few weeks. So now it's ready to be published. So she's right there, right? It's called Braving Mountains, and it's what she did to take her son from having real severe ADHD and ADD problems to thriving. I mean, this kid now, he became homecoming king. He's captain of the football team. I mean, he just really changed his life. And it was all because of all the things she started feeding him, So she stopped. I mean, it's crazy what she did because most moms, if they knew with the small adjustments they could change their kid's life, they would do it, I think, but they don't know.
They don't know.
And because Keita had the special circumstance of being able to work from home and stay home and research all this, all the sugar the kids eat, all the stuff that they eat that you give them just to, keep them entertained a little bit, that's the stuff that messes them up. Anyway, Keita has a wonderful book. It's a very easy book to read, Braving Mountains, and that's also going to be featured at our gala. I wrote a book, I've written several, so this one is not a big deal to me, but it's a big deal because this is the book that teaches you how to write books. Because everybody I know wants to write a book at some point. Or they think, I've got a book in the, to tell you all their stories and stuff.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of market for people who can teach people how to write books.
Right.
And that was my business before I started the chamber. So I know that's something. Have you ever thought of writing a book?
No, I haven't.
Do you know anybody that wants to?
I actually know somebody that just wrote a book, yeah. And it was the same thing. She wanted to tell her story. She didn't know where to start, where to begin, but she finally did it, and I think it's already published.
Yeah. So, and that's the thing. You know, certain books are really good for the market. You know, that people will buy your book if that's what you want to sell books. Then there's other books that are more personal. You know, where you'll end up only selling like 25 and you'll keep all the rest. So you have to be careful, especially the books of your life. If your life was tough and you want to show people how you did it, those books tend to be a little bit self-serving. So people don't buy them, you know? They buy books of how to. That's why Andy's book, Keitha's book, and Sabrina's book are very well positioned because people will buy those books, you know? So for those of you that buy books, and I know that's only like 5% of people listening, so for those of you that do buy books, that's 1 out of 20. Thank you. And we look forward to seeing you at the gala. Please bring your checkbook. I'm kidding. But there'll be order forms there, and we'll be able to talk to people about the books. That's going to be the first part of our awards ceremony. So I'm going to take like 10 minutes at the very beginning to introduce these people, to let them say a minute of why they wrote their book. Take back the microphone, stop, and let them be, you know, let them be celebrities for a while because they deserve it. Right. Every one of them. It's very difficult. I mean, it's a very lonely thing to sit down and write a book, you know? So they deserve all the recognition. And so anyway, all right. So I'm Dr. Carlos Sanchez. We are the Hispanic Chamber Connection radio show where we feature members of the Texas Gulf Coast Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. I'm sitting here with Celeste Gomez. Celeste Gomez is with the Amel Insurance Agency. When we come back, we're going to talk more to Celeste about all her different services and things going on at the Amel Agency. So please stay with us. We'll be right back.
Lone Star Community Radio is Montgomery County's radio station with talk, music, weather, and traffic for Montgomery County. Have a question, comment about one of our shows? Want to know how to reach a host? Just contact the station on irlonestar.com or call in and leave a message at 936-647-3776. Get involved with your community with Lone Star Community Radio.
Health Center Southeast Texas is a federally qualified health center. We accept Medicare, Medicaid, and most major private insurances. For our self-pay patients, we have a sliding scale discount program available. Our health centers have qualified providers and staff striving every day to provide the best quality of care to our patients. Services offered are family medicine, behavioral health services, telepsychiatry, and pediatrics. We have 4 area locations. Look up the Health Center Southeast Texas online at hcset.com.
Hey guys, this is Connor.
This is Dick.
This is Chris.
And we're with the Ticket Stub Podcast every Thursday live at noon on 104.5 and 106.1 FM in the Conroe area. Also, anytime at irlonestar.com. You go to irlonestar.com/TTS. You can find all of our social media.
And don't forget, we give away 2 tickets to the Grand Theater on every show.
If you like movies and you like complaining or celebrating anything that has to do with the silver screen, check out the Ticket Stub Podcast and join us every Thursday at noon o'clock on Lone Star Community Radio.
Does volunteering at a nonprofit horse sanctuary sound wonderful? Or are you a veteran or a veteran spouse and think trying a peer group session through a local Horses and Heroes equine program might be worth trying? Henry's Home Horse and Human Sanctuary, located in Grand Central Park by appointment only, is home to a growing number of rescued and donated horses. Visit our website at henryshomehorsesanctuary.org or check out our Facebook at Henry's Home Horse and Human Sanctuary for more information.
The Hispanic Chamber Connection is sponsored by the Amel Insurance Agency, located at 719 Sawdust Road, Suite 103, The Woodlands, Texas. The Amel Agency is a family-owned insurance agency that provides home, life, automobile, and umbrella insurance coverage. Since 2006, the Amel Agency has been a bilingual insurance service for businesses and private citizens in the Montgomery County area. For more information on the Amel Insurance Agency, please visit the Hispanic Chamber Connection at www.irlonestar.com/HCC. The Amel Insurance Agency is available by telephone at 832-525-5656 or online www.amelagency.com. The Amel Insurance Agency is a sponsor of this program, and the Hispanic Chamber Connection thanks you.
Hey, Montgomery County and online listeners. Thank you so very much for checking out Jazzy Vibes with Soul. What? You haven't done so yet? Well, you've got to tune in. Hi, I am the host of Jazzy Vibes with Soul, Miss CeCe Holmes, and I invite you to check us out every Friday and Saturday from 7 until 9 p.m., where you will get the best in old school R&B and, of course, a little smooth jazz to make it jazzy. So tune in. That's right, tune in every Friday and Saturday right here on Conroe's 104.5 and 106.1 FM, or worldwide at irlongstar.com.
We're back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for listening. This is Dr. Carlos Sanchez on the Hispanic Chamber Connection radio show, a program that features members of the Texas Gulf Coast Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, 500 members plus strong, no ethnic requirement to join. All you need to do is show up to our meetings, bring value, help others, and you are more than welcome. This is something that we live by with everyone we talk to. If you're going to be successful with the Chamber of Commerce, any Chamber of Commerce, one thing you've got to do is commit to the chamber for at least a year. Show up. If you don't show up and then you get upset, guys, it's on you. And you know, I'm famous or infamous, I'm not sure which one, for letting people know a little bit about what they're doing, when it's good or bad. And sometimes people don't want to hear this, but you know, I'm the one on the radio, so here it goes. If you don't show up to things and you expect full support from our membership, I think you're making a big mistake. I don't know how you feel about that, Celeste, but I know when you first showed up, and we were talking about this before too, when you first showed up, one of the keys that you had, for sure, was you showed up and you had a great attitude, a great disposition with people. And quickly, you learned that people will really like you if you bring them food.
Yes, I brought tamales.
So you brought tamales, and everybody was more than happy. But that wasn't the only thing you did, though. You kept showing up.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you were uncomfortable, you still kept showing up, you know?
Yeah.
That's the same thing that happened with Miguel Magallon. He's with New York Life, and I know, man, if Miguel were in front of me right now, he'd be laughing because he'll tell you he learned a lot, but he never stopped coming, you know? And I would give him a hard time because I know, a year ago, or even not even a year ago, 6 months ago, I was still a little bit tough on our member. I'm not that way anymore. I've changed since because we have other people that help me be mean. I don't have to be the only mean person. But I would tell people like Miguel and others, if you're going to show up and you're going to just talk and not let anybody talk, then you're not going to make any money. You're not going to be successful. And you changed. You changed everything. And but that's a big key, is that when you can adjust to leadership, because we've done these things before, then you'll learn and then you'll grow.
Mm-hmm.
In your case, and I know that other people from the email agency feel the same way, is that when they first started with our chamber, there was one perception, and now it's a whole different perception.
Right.
We were talking about that one earlier with certain people who've written certain books that, at one point they don't know. They just don't know what we're doing or how it works. And then they start understanding, how to be successful, and it works for them.
Well, they start. I think they start seeing the value.
Mm-hmm.
I know for myself, just going to the meetings at your office, I learned a lot. It helped me become, I guess, a better professional, how to talk to people, how to network. I had never really been to any networking meetings before. That was the first one. And I had gone to one meeting before, but it was nothing compared to the chamber.
Mm-hmm.
So, going back to the office, I was so excited. I would tell Leonard and Sabrina, like, oh my gosh, we learned this. And Carlos was talking about this and whatever topic it was.
Mm-hmm.
And they saw the value. They saw, we were getting business, just everything, how excited I was about the chamber. And then Sabrina started going to the meetings as well. And then
Now
she
she's
saw the
hooked.
value as well. Yeah.
Not now. She's our executive vice president. And I was telling Celeste this earlier as well, that as it is, we have a lot of work. There's a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
And there's just no way I could do all the work I have to do without Sabrina's help and without the mail agency and all the things that you guys are doing. And I know other insurance agencies sort of say, why are you guys such a partnership, etc. I welcome anyone from any insurance, from any business. If you guys want to get involved with our chamber, it's wide open.
Right.
The thing is that when I say we need this, volunteer. Don't make me tell you do this, do that. Just try to latch on and become part of the team. And because the ML agency has done that so well, it's really hard because there's no reason to be denying anything.
There isn't. And like you say, it is a team.
Mm-hmm.
Ever since I started coming to the chamber, when we joined, there was other insurance agencies
Sure.
there. And so I never felt like I wasn't going to go back. No, there's
Right.
other people there. I'm discouraged. Or no,
And it's
I never
so
felt that
goofy.
way.
So for those of you that have felt that and said, okay, I'm not going back because, Celeste is there, good. Stay away. And don't worry. We don't if you behave that way in the market, if you're that insecure, then that's cool. You can do whatever you want to do. But we don't need that energy in our meetings because we're not about competition. This is more, it's a collaboration, it's a partnership. Rocio Barajas and Yadira were here last week. And you guys work really close with them all the time.
Yeah, we actually work real close with a lot of agents
Yeah.
that are part of the chamber.
Mhm.
Other agents that are, captive agents like farmers. Lupe Martinez with
Yeah.
State Farm. We work with her as well, and other people that are
Come on,
agents,
Lupe.
but
Don't ignore my emails, Lupe. What's going on? We're trying to get you to the gala.
and they're great, and we have a great relationship with them. And so I think our point of view comes from Leonard. One of our owners. He always tells us there's no such thing as competition.
Right.
There's plenty of business for everybody.
Yeah.
And that's his mindset, and he passes that along to us. And that's how we go when we go to any meeting
Sure.
with the chamber. We see somebody else does the insurance, fine. We welcome them, be
Yeah.
part of the team, and how can we work together? And
And
we
you don't
usually
get
do.
Weird. You don't get weird.
No, we don't.
And well, we don't have to go to examples of weirdness because a lot of us are weird, but it's just one of those things. It's an insecurity. I used to belong, and I still do belong to associations. For example, the National Speakers Association. So or what we do is write books and we speak publicly, all over the place. And everybody that attends those meetings is a speaker. So potentially there could be competition, every one of them, because they're all speakers. They do what I do. Yet you never see them as competition because what you see them as is as someone who talks to the same people you talk to. So if they're not the right fit and you're their friend, they'll recommend you.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's a whole different mindset than thinking, oh, this is my competition. I can't talk to them. I have to stay away from them because then you won't learn the same.
Right.
So it's a competitive advantage to be abundant and know that there's enough for everyone.
And that's been our experience with the chamber. We've been able to partner up with other agents that maybe something that they can't ride, we can,
Right.
and vice versa. And so it's been great for us
Yeah,
working
so we
with
have,
other agents.
we have about 30 insurance agents, insurance companies, insurance people in our chamber right now that are active members, that are members. And so we encourage you, if you are any kind of an insurance agent with our Chamber of Commerce, whether it's Katy, Galleria, the Woodlands, Conroe, and we're going to start, our Spanish meeting is going to go for a little while to vintage. It's just something that we're going to try different because, and I'll talk about Spanish in a second, but if you are in any of those areas in insurance, we encourage you guys. I mean, there's no one saying to you that you're not welcome at any time, unless you have that goofy attitude, at which point I'll talk to you. We'll talk. All right. So the next point was Spanish. So that's you've come to our Spanish only networking meetings.
Yes, we've
And
gone to every meeting.
So what have you thought of those meetings?
I think it's a good meeting. I think there is opportunity, to invite more people and to grow it. But yeah, it's been a good meeting. I think it's good because in the Hispanic community, people don't understand what marketing is
At
or
all.
what networking is.
At all.
Yeah.
That's our biggest challenge. It's education. You
Right.
know, and the weird thing is, they can be higher end people, so to speak. They could be engineers or CPAs or whatever. But if they weren't born and raised in this country, or if they haven't lived a long time in America or the U.S., they think that networking is the same as wasting time with your friends having lunch.
I've been asked that before.
I know, me
People
too.
that have gone to the meetings and they're like, so what do? You just sit here and talk to people? I'm like, yeah,
Right.
it's called networking. Get to know them, their business, and then once they trust you, they'll start referring to you.
They think, because back home, the way they do it is that they're salespeople.
Right.
Or they know other people. So they network anyway, but they network with families versus businesses.
Yeah.
So it's a very different format. And they get nervous because we do ask them to stand up and say something. And nobody likes doing that, unless, and that's the American way of doing business. We stand and we introduce ourselves and stuff, so we teach our members how to do that. It's just that in Spanish, and you've seen at the very beginning when we started these Spanish meetings, I guess in the summer, before the summer, it was almost a year ago.
Yeah.
When we really started in cilantros, we got like 40 people, 50 people showed up to one meeting and asked, okay, stand and give us your name, whatever. They're all nervous. My mistake, I should have never gone there. I don't know. Bottom line is I learned a lot from those meetings and to know that they do not act like an English-speaking meeting. It's not the same,
yeah.
And you can't have the same expectation. If you're marketing to people who speak Spanish, you have to think different or it doesn't work, Anyway, but nonetheless, we're not going to give up. We know there's a great market out there. If anything, because we have a radio show in Spanish, we're going to continue meetings in Spanish because it's attractive to someone, even if it's people who don't speak Spanish, the fact that they know that we have a good meeting in Spanish is helpful. And we're going to start another meeting in Katy. That's going to be next year. So we're going to start
In Spanish as well?
Yeah, but yes, in Spanish. But Katy's interesting though, because Katy in this part of town, it's mostly Mexican, nationals or folks from Mexico that live
Right.
around here. A few Colombians, a few Venezuelans, but in Katy, it's all Colombians and all Venezuelans.
Venezuela.
No.
Katy Suela, right? Is what they
Yeah,
call
yeah,
it.
there you go. And then they all, no offense to them, but they all know everything already. Back home, most of them are lawyers or doctors, and they come here and they can teach you anything. And it's amazing how many well-educated people from Venezuela live in Katy.
Yeah.
Some of them have been on our radio show in Spanish on Thursday mornings. So we're going to have a meeting in Spanish in Katy, but but it's an exercise. As a Chamber of Commerce, we provide education, and we hope that people, see through whatever they feel to the point where they'll commit and join. But I got to tell you, at our last meeting we had in Spanish, one person joined,
Yeah, one person.
but she was a realtor,
Yeah.
a bilingual realtor. So that's kind of the market. People say, well, there's just a big influx of immigrants, and we should go after them. Okay, go ahead. Because it's a whole different thing, like we said. No, but the bottom line, though. We have meetings in Spanish. We're going to have a meeting in Spanish December 13th or 14th here. But like I said, it's going to be down in, no, it's probably going to be down
in Vintage Park.
in Vintage somewhere. That's because the people from Vintage and from Cypress and from Tomball are kind of saying, okay, what about us? Like, okay, guys, let's do something then,
Show up.
Well, if they show up, we'll do something. And like this other guy, I forgot his last name, but his name is Luis. I forget his last name. He works with Amity Bank. And he's opening a branch of Amity Bank in Pasadena. And it's, he's a bilingual guy. They're opening it because Pasadena is kind of little Mexico. And he was asking, is there a chamber down there? And I said, well, if you bring us 10 of your clients that want to do business in Spanish, we'll do a chamber down there, sure. And so we're very likely next year going to do that as well. So you guys can travel with us or something. I don't
Half
know.
of my family lives over there.
Really?
Mhm.
See, so
Aunts, uncles.
you go frequent down there.
To Pasadena, yeah.
Wow. But where do you live now? In the Woodlands or in Spring?
I live in Spring.
Okay, so you're here close by.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we're here with Celeste Gomez. Celeste Gomez is with the Mel Insurance Agency. She's a licensed insurance agent. How long have you been doing insurance now, Celeste?
I've been 3 years with the agency.
Okay. And what were you doing before?
I was a private banker with Chase.
Private banker.
Mm-hmm.
That's a name that they give only to people who work with people who have money.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I don't have a private banker.
Yeah, so they have
Yes, I
a
do,
private
yeah.
banking division.
I had a private banker a long time ago.
Yeah, and so you have to have a certain balance to be able to have a private banker, and it's a dedicated banker basically. So that's who you go talk to, and they handle all your.
It's like your financial advisor almost. I mean, they give you a lot of good advice. I mean, they gave us a ton of good advice back in the day.
Yeah, so I used to partner up with the financial advisor at the branch. Yeah,
Yeah, and okay, so you were doing that, and
that's
then
where I met Leonard.
and what happened? What do you mean you met Leonard? Was he?
Well,
one
he
of
was
your
a
clients?
customer.
Mhm.
Yeah, he was a client there, and so I would always help him, with his accounts and everything. Really, I met Sabrina there once as well, and so when I decided to leave Chase, he called me one day to help him with something, and I'm like, I'm not at the branch. I can have somebody else help you. He's like, no, I'll just wait for you to come back to you. I'd rather you help me, and I'm like, I'm actually not going back. And so he was like, great. I was wanting to ask you to come work with me for the longest, and so. I started working with him. I knew insurance, just my own policies,
Sure.
basic information, but there was a lot of training provided, and he's a great mentor till now. He's always, teaching me different things. I'm learning from him. I mean, he's been doing this for 14 years now.
Yeah, I don't know,
And so
but he's not listening. That's kind of a little bit offensive.
he's
Because
probably on the phone. He's always
he
on the
sponsors this
phone.
thing, so
Yeah.
he's a phone guy then a lot.
He's very busy, yeah, and he focuses all on commercial insurance. So, but yeah, I mean, I've been with them for I think it's 3 years now, and I mean, I love it. I love working with them. It's a family business. Leonard and Sabrina are great people. They treat us very well, and I enjoy what I do.
And it's amazing. It's amazing what you guys are doing too with your space.
Mhm.
You're doubling the amount of space. You're growing, and that's really near to our heart because there's going to be a little bit of space there for the Chamber of Commerce to have an office. You're going to have a big training room,
Yes.
and that's where we're going to move our Monday meetings. Even though they're not going to be weekly like they were before, they'll be monthly. But they'll be there.
Yeah, we're moving in. The space is ready. it was a big investment on their part, but it looks great. So, yep.
So I get a text now, and we just called out Leonard about not listening because he said, "Oh, he's on the phone." Probably. And Mrs. Amel was listening. So, so let's give
She
a
always listens. We
let's-
always listen at the
Let's
end.
give a shout. I know it's her investment. So let's give a shout out to the person that makes things happen in our Chamber of Commerce that we couldn't be happier for because of her book and everything else that she's doing. Just a real successful person that that we want to make sure continues to project and grow and everything else with the ML agency, with the chamber. That's Sabrina Mel. So let's say hi to Sabrina. Hi, Sabrina.
Hi, Sabrina.
All right. So I'd still text something like, "Yeah, what are you doing?" Okay. So, but we do have to recognize also that Carla is listening. See, we've got.
I
That's the
told you we
thing.
listen all the time.
The weirdest thing. Let me tell you this. I guess we have to get really controversial or something here. Talk about Mexicans or something. I don't know. To get people to listen and actually text me and ask questions. Maybe not talk about Mexicans because we're both Mexican, but talk about stuff. But it's a business show, so we don't do that. So we'll just stay. We'll just stay in our place. Anyway, all right. So you've been doing insurance now 3 years, a little bit.
3 years, yeah, with the agency. And like I said, I love working there. I really respect Leonard and Sabrina because they approach everything as a team.
That's so funny. Now you're saying it again because you know they're listening.
No, I
I'm
said
kidding.
that before.
She said it already, Sabrina. So she's not sucking up. She's just repeating herself.
And I've told them that. I mean, just, I've worked in different industries in corporate America, and it's different, than when you work for a small business. I feel like you're more appreciated. Your work actually matters, and they value you as an individual
Sure.
than when you work for a big corporation
And you
where
can
you're just
actually-
in a number.
Well, and also you can actually appreciate your boss better too.
You do.
know, because they're not afraid of the other boss. So, your boss is your customer. It's very different than having some supervisor walking in and checking up on you and making sure you're doing your job.
Yeah, and you can go directly to them, and that's another thing I appreciate about both of them is their door is always open. So as an employee, if you have any questions, if you want anything, you can go directly to them. They're always available for you. So I appreciate that as well. And we have a great team. So it's a great environment there.
I think I broke
I think-
something here.
I
There
know,
it
I
is.
think you pressed it.
All right. So is it okay now?
I don't know, but he's back.
Looks like it's okay. All right. So,
You just turned the mic off.
Oh.
So you turned it back on.
so everything I said, never mind.
No, you heard it. You got it.
I think it was off when you weren't talking.
This is Dr. Carlos Sanchez. This is the Hispanic Chamber Connection radio show where
live
we
radio
feature. Yes, it's a live radio show. We feature members of the Texas Gulf Coast Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, and we're very proud to be talking to Celeste Gomez. Celeste is a top producer. She's also a certified and bona fide agent, and mother of how many? 6 babies? How many?
4.
4 kids. Plus, how many dogs do you guys have?
No dog.
No dogs. Cats? No.
No.
No pets.
I have enough with 4 children and a husband.
That's all. That's enough. More than enough. Anyway, the bottom line, though, is that Celeste, like all the ML agency, are very loved and very revered people with our Chamber of Commerce. We have more than 500 members, and every one of them knows them and respects them. And so we're very honored to have her today on the show. Celeste is talking to us about commercial insurance, which is not commercial insurance, about her background in insurance. I said commercial insurance because I thought of Leonard.
Yes.
That's his thing.
Yeah, he focuses on commercial.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he basically talks to a lot of the business owners
He
that
does.
are out there.
Mhm, yeah, he does everything from, just commercial liability insurance to, I don't know, workers' comp, group insurance.
So what kind
everything.
of a chairman do you think he's going to make for the Chamber of Commerce?
He's going to be a great chairman.
He's going to be sworn in this weekend.
No, I think he's going to do a great job. I mean, he listens. The thing about Leonard is he listens to everybody's input. If you have an idea, he's going to listen to it and see how he can help the chamber become better. So he'll be great.
Wow. Okay. So I hope he's listening because here it is. This Saturday, he'll be sworn in. I haven't heard from Renee Devine. She's our VIP coordinator. I know she's going, but she's going to talk to Matt Beasley. Remember Matt Beasley?
Yes, I remember.
He's now Justice of the Peace
Yeah.
up here in Montgomery County, and he's the guy that's going to conduct the swearing ceremony.
Oh,
So he's the one that's going to tell Leonard and everybody else, raise your right hand and swear that you're going to listen to Carlos. Actually, no, swear that you're going to listen to Sabrina. I'm kidding. I'm joking, Sabrina. We're just kidding, but not really. Bottom line is we're going to present our advisory board, and we're going to say goodbye to the outgoing advisory board. It's one big party, but we have a real ceremony. I know that Leonard is also bringing some of his peeps, like special VIP people, like his There's going to be parents there and stuff like that, brothers and sisters, and
Yeah.
so it's going to be a real thing.
Yeah, they're both of them are very supportive of the chamber. I know you mentioned Sabrina several times, and she is very invested in the chamber. I mean, I see it every day. You know, we're in the office, and she's always inviting people, sharing events, just trying to bring more awareness to the chamber.
And the bigger thing is, like everything, you know, and I think I forget who I was telling this to. The more successful you become in life, the more people take shots at you for no reason.
Yeah.
For no reason. So whenever people are taking shots at you, you should know that you're being successful.
Right.
It's just how it is, you know?
Mhm.
Especially where there's a lot of people that seem to be in competition. We're not in competition. Nobody's in competition as an organization. We're not that way. But, you know, people get weird. It's just how it is. So I know what I do when people take shots at me. I really don't care. You know, I should maybe because, you know, I don't know. But at the same time, I've done it before where I've been the leader and I've been in charge. And when employees get mad at you and stuff for no reason at all, you really can't let that bother you, you know?
Right.
And I say this because a lot of people listening have businesses where they think that their employees matter more than themselves. And if you're not happy with yourself and if you're not doing the right thing for yourself, then it's hard because then you'll let yourself get down and stuff. So anyway, that's a general thing for the holidays, guys. So there you go. You got some advice without even asking. All right, so we're with Celeste Gomez. Celeste is with the ML Agency. Been around for about 3 years. Does all of what type of insurance do you do the most?
I do personal insurance, homeowners, autos, flood,
So what's PNC?
umbrella,
I saw these guys on Facebook saying, we're really successful PNC.
property and casualty.
That's what they call it.
Yeah.
It's interesting that they would put PNC like I know what it is. I don't know what it is.
Right. Yeah.
So they're just being really technical and trying to be cool, saying, we're very, very successful. We're so successful, whatever, right? Being PNC insurance. So I didn't know what they were talking about, so I just clicked away, you
Yeah.
know? So anyway, but you specialize in what? I mean, what do you like doing the most right now?
I really like homeowners.
Okay.
Yeah, homeowners insurance. I mean, I do everything, but I really like doing homeowners. But yeah, we do everything.
I have a question for you. So when you buy a home,
Yes.
in general, does the title company decide who the homeowner insurance is going to be?
No.
Who decides?
Really, nobody decides. Ultimately, the homeowner does, but we work a lot with loan officers and realtors. And so a lot of times the homeowner might ask the realtor, hey, you know, who do you recommend for homeowners insurance? Because the realtor will normally tell you you're going to have homeowners insurance, you know, find this, find that. And so they'll give them a list. And so they'll ask them. And so a lot of realtors will recommend somebody that they know. Same thing with loan officers. If by the time they're in the loan process, they don't have a homeowner's insurance policy, they'll say you need to get a quote. And so a lot of them refer them over.
So those are two very good referral partners for you guys.
Yeah, we work real well with realtors and loan officers.
Okay. So that's probably why, okay. I'm trying to not read what people are writing on the text right now. Anyway.
Fine.
So we're talking to Celeste Gomez. She is with the ML Insurance Agency. She's talking about homeowners insurance. I know that and I know people, brothers, sisters, whatever, who have bought homes, but never really knew who their insurance agents were.
Right.
How does that work? What does that happen? I don't understand. 'Cause we've always done it the way you just said.
Right, because a lot of times they'll buy a policy, maybe go to an 800 number or just the company that sells you a policy, and then that's it. They disappear. You need help, you need assistance, here's an 800 number.
And so what about the realtor? I mean, does the realtor have any bearing in that? Like you said, they do. If the realtor knows that you're the insurance agency of choice, they'll recommend you.
They'll recommend us, yeah. And so what we try to do, I think one of the main reasons realtors work well with us is because they'll refer over their customer to us, and then they know they don't have to worry about it anymore. They refer them over, we'll take care of the customer. We prepare the quote, explain everything to the customer, and even after the sale, after the loan is closed, we're there for the customer. So we actually service our own policies.
Ah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So when somebody does ask you for a quote and things like that, I mean, how comprehensive is it? I mean, do you go in and take a while to get it done so it's a professionally presented thing, or is it real fast? How does that work?
Well, no, the quoting process takes a while because, we're an independent agency now, which is an advantage that we have over captive agencies. Captive agencies are like, your companies that only have one product to offer, for example, like a farmer, State Farm. So we're independent now, meaning that we have several carriers that we can quote you through. So we can try to get you the best pricing available. And so it is a process, to go and quote through everybody, and it's a lot of work. And once we have the quote ready, we try to talk to the insured and just go over the coverages because a lot of people, you'd be surprised, a lot of people have no idea what a homeowner's policy
Right.
is, what coverages they have.
And that's a big deal. You
Yeah.
know, even people that are buying homes now,
Right.
that have mortgages and everything else, as long as they know that they have some sort of coverage, they think it's all covered.
Yeah.
And then something happens like a flood or something, a smaller thing like even a fire, something wrong, and all of a sudden they don't have coverage.
Yeah.
And they never ask.
They never
you know?
ask. And we try to do that. We try to go over the coverages with them. We also have a lot of customers that are foreign nationals that have never had insurance in their, home
Oh,
country.
so you have to explain the whole process.
And you have to explain why do you have to have insurance? Why is it
mhm.
important? And so, but I think, all of us there, we enjoy doing that. I know Leonard, same thing on commercial, he has to go through the coverages and the policy. I particularly enjoy that. I like talking to the, customer and letting them know this is what you have so they know going forth, okay, if this happens, I know I'm covered.
Right. So let me ask you this. Then. If somebody wants to get a hold of you just to ask you about a quote or something, what number would they call?
They can call the office. Its number is 346
Mm-hmm.
224 8427.
8427 346. Is that some kind of new obscure
The
Houston
new area
thing?
code. Yeah.
346-224-8427. If you don't know what your coverages are, if you don't know who your insurance agent is, if you think, okay, what if something happens at 9 p.m. on Saturday? Who am I going to call? Geico? Who's going to answer? In general, an 800 number is not going to answer or take care of your problem. They might ask you to call back the next day or Monday. And if it's a holiday or something else, so especially with your home or your vehicle, or your commercial property or like other things that Celeste just mentioned, give her a call, give the ML agency a phone call. It's very fast that they can take your information and work on your behalf. It's 346-224-8427. That's the ML agency. And I'm here today with Celeste Gomez. She is a registered agent. That's not the right name, licensed agent. I almost got it. But she does insurance. And I know that with the Chamber of Commerce, she does a lot of our members. She's worked with me personally. She's worked with my renter's insurance, my car insurance. So you've got all my policies. And I know that it's very different when you know in the back of your mind, okay, if anything should happen, I know who to call. And she will answer because I have called, I've texted Leonard and I've texted Celeste at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock on Saturday, and they answer. Because I know they're awake. So I tell them, you better answer. But because I have a personal relationship with them.
Right.
And that's a big deal, guys. If you don't have that kind of relationship with your insurance agent, give Celeste a call. Call the ML agency. It's 346-224-8427. Tell Celeste, what's going on with all this walls breaking down and offices opening up? And what kind of growth are you guys having? Why are you guys opening up so much space outside of providing a training room for the chamber?
Yeah. Well, we're growing as an agency. So we have 2 new hires working. They're not new. I guess they've been with us for 3, 4, almost a month now, or maybe a month. But yeah, we're growing. We're getting more licensed agents. So like I mentioned to you, Carla started as a receptionist and moved up to a customer service rep, and now she's a licensed agent.
And she's still in school.
And she's still going to school. Yeah,
Wow.
she's very committed.
And we heard that she's listening, although she hasn't texted anything, so we're not really sure. Maybe she...
She was on the phone. She texted me.
So she's busy. She's making Leonard money, so we're
working.
not going to disturb her.
That's right.
So we're here with Celeste Gomez. Celeste is with the ML Insurance Agency. When we come back, we're going to talk a lot more about just the details of what it's going to take to get involved with you guys, Celeste. So we'll be right back. Please stay with us. This is Dr. Carlos Sanchez. We'll be right back.
A Lone Star Community Radio is ready for the summer. If you or anyone you know is looking for summer internship opportunities, the Lone Star Community Radio is a great place to grab the mic and be on the air. The Lone Star Community Radio offers a great opportunity to those interested in learning about the radio world all year round. Be an on-air personality, talk show producer, or YouTube, TV, podcast editor. Contact the station at info@irlonestar.com or call the station's message line at 936-647-3776.
The Hispanic Chamber Connection is sponsored by the ML Insurance Agency, located at 719 Sawdust Road, Suite 103, The Woodlands, Texas. The ML Agency is a family-owned insurance agency that provides home, life, automobile, and umbrella insurance coverage. Since 2006, the ML Agency has been a bilingual insurance service for businesses and private citizens in the Montgomery County area. For more information on the Amel Insurance Agency, please visit the Hispanic Chamber Connection at www.irlonestar.com/HCC. The Amel Insurance Agency is available by telephone at 832-525-5656 or online www.amelagency.com. The Amel Insurance Agency is a sponsor of this program, and the Hispanic Chamber Connection thanks you.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Dr. Carlos Sanchez with the Hispanic Chamber Connection radio show, a program that features members of the Texas Gulf Coast Hispanic Chamber of Commerce Gala Bound this Saturday, 6 p.m., right here in Montgomery County. We're going to be right on Lake Conroe, beautiful place, for our annual gala and awards ceremony. We're going to be swearing in our brand new chairman, that's Leonard Amel. We're going to be featuring a gourmet buffet, dancing, and all kinds of fun prizes, a silent auction that we organized yesterday, so that ought to be a hoot, and all kinds of different things. So please, if you are interested in supporting us, you can certainly advertise there. There'll be 200 members, people like Lone Star College, Wells Fargo, the Amel Agency, and others have purchased tables. There will be a very, very good time to have. So we look forward to seeing you. That's Saturday at 6 p.m. So that is the gala. Celeste, are you guys going to the gala?
Yes, we are.
So you're going to come out after dark. Is that what I'm seeing?
I have a babysitter lined up already.
It's amazing. A lot of people that I've talked to said, I don't know if I can go. I already have a babysitter, but I don't have shoes. And I was at a place yesterday with someone who's so excited. She's going to have her makeup done, her hair done. She showed me a picture of her shoes.
Wow.
And she said, I've got a nice dress on and everything. I'm like, wow, you're really taking this seriously, aren't you? She goes, yeah, I'm not going with my husband, though, because he doesn't dress up. He doesn't like that kind of thing. He'd rather be at home playing with his guns or whatever he does,
Yeah.
But she's going to be out with us, and that's how it's going to be. It's probably going to be like our chamber, 70% women.
Probably, yeah.
Because we know a lot of our members, most of our members are women.
Yeah.
So that's how it. All right. So I wanted to ask you a quick question: the difference between a captive and
An independent agency.
Right. What is the difference? You guys are independent.
Now we're independent, yeah. We used to be a captive agency. We used to be a farmer's agency.
So what does it mean? Why do you guys say captive?
Captive meaning that you're captive to one company, right? That's all you can offer is their product. So when we were farmers, all we could offer was farmers' products, whether it didn't matter if the pricing was higher, if we saw that a lot. That's all we could offer. So we couldn't give our customers options.
And now that you're independent, you can offer all kinds of different products.
All kinds of different products, right? Different companies. So a lot of people, are not familiar with a lot of other companies that are great companies because all they see is advertisement for like the big companies, right? Mm-hmm. But there's a lot of options out there with the same coverages.
That's not Fred Lawyer?
No, we do not.
No. The general?
Not the general Fred Lawyer. No, we do not offer them. But
so basically, it's a bigger benefit to work with an independent than a captive audience.
It is, right, because we can give them more options and it's more beneficial for the customer. And again, I always stress this. Every company that we work with that we can offer our customers are always A-rated companies that are strong companies that are going to be there for you. If you have a claim, they're going to pay it. So,
all right. Mm-hmm. I'm Dr. Carlos Sanchez. This is the Hispanic Chamber Connection radio show. I'm with Celeste Gomez with the Amel Agency. Number is 346-224-8427. Any questions, guys, I guarantee you'll get the greatest treatment. They will look for the best policy, the best prices. The Chamber of Commerce fully supports and has vetted them over and over again. We have received only very, very good comments with so many of our members that are already clients of the Amel Agency. So please, if you don't know your insurance agent, give these people a call. And where are you guys located anyway, Celeste?
We're right off of 45 and Sawdust Road.
Okay, but you're pretty much virtual, right?
Right. We have customers all over. We have a lot of customers in Katy, Pasadena.
And you guys are bilingual?
Houston, and we're bilingual, right?
You have a website?
And we have a website and a Facebook page, also a YouTube channel.
Wow.
So we're very active on social media.
That's true. I've seen you put out those YouTube videos.
Yeah.
So you and Carla come out like as a tandem, sort of
a team.
You say one thing, then she says another one, then she echoes you and all that. So that's one form. But then also I've seen Sabrina for sure on YouTube.
Yes.
And so you guys have a real presence.
And Leonard's also done some videos. I know we're going to do.
The toe guy.
Yeah, the toe guy.
Okay, and you're going to do more stuff next year.
We are, yes.
Okay, so this is the Amel Agency, the Amel Insurance Agency, guys. They are big supporters of our Chamber of Commerce. They're also sponsors of our Chamber of Commerce. They will be at the gala this Saturday where Leonard Amel, who is the president of the ML agency, one of the owners, obviously, of the ML agency, will be taking the reins of our chairman of the Chamber of Commerce. So we'll be doing the swearing ceremony. Matt Beasley, Justice of the Peace here in Montgomery County, is going to be the guy swearing them in. I'm looking, and I see we have no more time and no more texts. Celeste, thank you for being on the show.
Thank you.
We'll see you at the gala. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening. This is Dr. Carlos Santos saying goodbye. We'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.